So, speaking on social media and the power of it, we just did an interview with Rico Reckless, Chicago rapper, where he's talking about
the social media fucking Chicago up. Oh my God. You want to talk about that social media getting more niggas killed than anything else.
how do you separate yourself from that sort of thing, and also touch upon the negative aspects of social media in general?
Killed, man.
Yeah.
No,
Chirac.
yeah. Chi-Town.
Chi-Town.
No, but I feel like you have to be careful with social media for sure.
Yeah.
Being somebody that has studied this for like a while, a long time, you have to be careful with it because it's almost becoming a reality.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. Therefore, things can happen on social media and go from a video into physical form. And like, for instance, like you can say something online and you would literally probably get into a fist fight if you say something about somebody online in person, you know? So I definitely feel like you have to be careful. You have to be responsible of what you do on social media, first and foremost. And we can get into all that other, like, people portraying an image online, or people feeling like they're your friend just because you guys are following each other.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of things that social media social media is changing the world in so many different ways.
Right before our eyes.
So fast.
Yeah.
It's very fast. So many people got left. Like, especially older folks and stuff like that. They totally missed the boat. I didn't mean that. Trust me, my mom be hitting me up on FaceTime and all that. She know how to work it.
She know how to work it?
Yeah.
So how do you avoid those negative aspects, like those pitfalls? How do you avoid those things in terms of social media?
I have nothing to avoid because I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know what my goal is, and it has to do with me. It's between me and me, what I'm doing. So nobody else is like I'm not thinking about what he say, she say, or what's going on here. I'm thinking about me and what I got to do. So I mean, like as long as that's the case, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting to me because you have enough content out that like somebody can watch for hours and hours and hours. Everything you're doing.
I hear about people talking about they late to work because of me. They can't sleep. They up all night now. It's my fault and stuff too. Like,
yeah.
Man, look, see, you got me up all night and see what you did. You know, but yeah, it's finish your question?
Oh no, I was just gonna talk about how with that sort of content, the amount of content you have, and people missing work, getting fired because of Renny. Kidding. Now, but with that, it comes like a level of relatability, and almost people feel as though they know you. Mm-hmm. So, talk about the unpredictable nature of social media and how you handle that in terms of like people's reactions to certain things, and
It's different because it's you're not in person. You're not like, you can't really get that knowledge of how somebody's gonna react when you do something.
Yeah.
You post something and they react. But in between that, it's being on the same eye level and building and experiencing so much over like by doing so much online to where like you're in tune with your supporters, right? Yeah. So that's what's in between you posting and them reacting is the time that you have put into this structure and building it to where like, like, okay, Yeah, I know. It's like the back of your head.
How people are gonna react to
Right.
certain things.
Right, exactly. And you play with that and you build on it.
Absolutely. So a while back, I'm a heavy Knicks fan. Heavy Knicks fan. It's a unique misery, that's for sure. But
you got faith.
Yeah, I got faith, man. I saw the Bleacher Report segment you did with the spoof on designer with the Timmy Turner,
right.
in the plea to get KD to New York, which as a Knicks fan I really appreciated. So I want to talk about, are you aware of the Charles Oakley situation that went down in the Garden not too long ago?
Yeah, yo, he wilded out.
Talk to me about that. Do you know the story behind it?
I don't. Well, I don't. But I just saw like Oakley getting real upset, man, and like, get your hands off me. I saw a lot of that, and he was upset about something. I know that.
It was essentially, apparently him and the Knicks owner had some like beef extending 2 decades almost, where Oakley might have said something in the press that upset him, to the point where the owner won't shake his hand anymore. He said that Oakley came in, was sitting a few rows behind him, shouted something out, and pretty much they bum rushed him with security and dragged him out. Now, what I want to know, the oak tree's a legend. No, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about, I think it kind of speaks more about, the owners and how they treat their players, past and present. How do you feel about that personally? Are you a Knicks fan at all?
No, I'm not a Knicks. I don't have any basketball. I don't have a fan in basketball. I don't have a team in basketball.
Oh man, you gotta hold it down.
I watch it though, man. I don't got a team though. Whatever team is playing, I look at it and I just go with one.
Go with one.
Yeah, I'm telling them, man, I'm keeping it funky. But you see all the dudes like, oh yeah, he corny. But I don't care. So I feel like I don't know exactly. Again, I don't know the specifics between Oakley and the coach or the owner.
He did look upset.
The owner, right?
The owner.
But I feel like he is a legend, and legends deserve to be. If there's a problem, like, let's see what he's. Especially if it's with the game and stuff like that, and it's something that has to do with with basketball or whatever, or NBA, sit down with him or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll take a chill pill.
Just take a different approach, man.
Yeah,
that hurt my heart, bro. I won't even lie.
Yeah.
So all right, let's.
Though.
Yeah. He's one of those dudes you gotta think twice about grabbing. Like maybe.
Yo, that man is strong. I never saw somebody karate chop somebody's hands off of them.
I thought his hands were still attached to homie's jacket. Like,
yeah,
he chopped his forearm
his hands is just on his.
His forearms are gone. It's over.
Oh man.
Okay, so let's talk about where you're headed now. So we've seen the transition from the gram to more YouTube related content, an extreme jump in your number of subscribers in a short period of time. So what's next? Where do you see YouTube going, and what's the step you see going after there? Because obviously you're not somebody who's just jumping into things. You have a plan as to how you want to go about things. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Right. So what's next? Eventually, from YouTube would be TV, film, and also I'm also looking into a YouTube Red special as well. Probably an hour short or hour 30, and that's where I'm at. That's
for sure. So you were talking a little bit about Jamie Foxx in your previous interview. And he's almost like a quadruple threat if you think about it, right? As a stand-up comedian as well. And I saw you were transitioning into that in some ways. Talk about that. Talk about being on stage, pretty much just with yourself and, getting reactions from that. Talk about that feeling doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah. I would say that, like, at these colleges, for example, I would only be hosting. I've never done an actual set. I've never done a stand-up gig, but hosting is pretty much keeping the show going.
Yeah.
It's pretty it's the line between hosting and stand up is a little vague. I mean, it's a little blurry anyway. So I feel like I've always been that type of people person, man. Like,
Yeah.
I come into the room.
You can connect with people.
Yeah. I come into the room, I want unity. That's my first unity. As soon as I come into the room, and like it's just, I do without even thinking. It's a natural thing. So that's why, like, when I go, man, I'm psyched to get on stage, bro. It's a science, especially with stand-up. Hosting is one thing. Stand-up, it's a science to actually control a crowd. You know, so I'm slowly but surely learning just being on stage without the hosting. Without just the stand-up idea. I mean, without the stand-up perspective, just being on stage hosting and just keeping a show going, only you on the stage. I'm learning slowly but surely techniques.
And the science behind it.
So
it almost seems to me like a lot of these colleges and like these different shows you're hosting or events that you're hosting can almost serve as a litmus test. So you can like test certain things and gauge crowd reactions based on that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's pretty much what I've been doing. And I get more comfortable each time. Each college I get more and more comfortable.
Was the first time you did it, was that like a nervous experience? Did you get nervous at all being in front of people in terms of that?
No, I wasn't that nervous. It was just like a little bit.
It's like jitters as opposed
just little jitters, you know, just, whoa, this is a new space, you know. But I was lucky enough to have 2 co-hosts. So it was 3 of us up there.
Okay.
So for my first time, I'm like, yo, I really blessed the kid, you know what I'm saying?
Good looks.
Ain't leave me out there hanging, you know.